What's the one memento Blake wants from The Voice set? Blake Shelton is preparing for season 23 of The Voice to start airing in March. This being his final season, the country singer has shared what he wants to take from the set. After all, he has been there for over a decade and is the only odd coach remaining. So what exactly does he hope to snag when he departs? Take your guesses and read on for more details. What's the one memento Blake Shelton wants from The Voice set? As a viewer at home, it's hard to know which objects on The Voice set are superimposed and which are concrete. With Blake Shelton preparing for his last season, he is clearly beginning to get sentimental. That being said, he obviously has been looking around the set trying to decide what he wants to snag once he departs. The musician and reality star has already shared what he wants from his co-coaches as retirement gifts. Now, Blake Shelton has opened up to people about what he desperately wants to take with him when his time is over. He really wants to take his chair with him. However, he is uncertain whether or not the show will allow him to take it with him when he exits. "I don't know if they're gonna offer that or not. I feel like they owe me a damn chair though," he started. Blake went on to add, "I mean, who else can sit in my chair? It's like the Three Bears. I don't want anybody else sitting in my chair. I'm gonna try to get that away from them. Maybe I'll have to buy it or something." Blake Shelton has been faithful to his chair since the series began in 2011. Adam Levine started with him, and they formed a great bromance together. Unfortunately, the duo broke up when Adam left the series in 2019 after season 16. Back to Blake getting his chair as a parting gift, he did follow up with this. "I'm sure they're gonna say, well, the one thing you took was a lot of our money, so you should be happy with that." It was reported that Blake makes around $13 million per season as a coach, so he essentially made $26 million per year. What's next for Blake? There's a lot ahead for Blake Shelton. Season 23 of The Voice still has to air, and he is going for win number 10. Will he succeed? He is definitely very determined. Additionally, his new reality series with Carson Daly and Nikki Bella, Barmageddon, just finished its first season. Blake also has his music, Clearly, and a new Olay Red Bar locale, this time in Las Vegas. It is his 6th location and will encompass live music every single night. Finally, he will get to spend a lot more time with his wife, Gwen Stefani, so there is a lot on his plate. Now, if he can only get this chair. Do you think that Blake Shelton deserves this chair? Let us know in the comments below. When you think of Blake Shelton, images of cowboy hats, guitars, and down-home country music immediately come to mind. But in recent years, thanks to his long-running stint as a coach on The Voice, he's also become synonymous with the big red chair and the iconic spin-around button. After more than a decade on the show, Shelton has woven himself into the fabric of The Voice, leaving behind not just a legacy of championing new talent, but also plenty of unforgettable moments with his fellow coaches. As Blake Shelton prepares to step down from the show that has been his home for 23 seasons, one might wonder what is the one memento he would want to take from The Voice set. For Shelton, The Voice has been more than just a job, it's been a second home. It's the place where he's forged lifelong friendships, met his now wife Gwen Stefani, and shaped the careers of countless aspiring artists. The bond he's shared with other coaches, the camaraderie and banter, has become a hallmark of the show. But after so many years, and with so many memories, what could be that one item he'd like to take with him as a keepsake? Naturally, speculation abounds that Blake's ideal memento would be something deeply symbolic of his time on the show, a piece of The Voice itself. Many fans immediately think of the infamous red chair. For more than 2 decades, that chair has been Shelton's throne, where he's laughed, bantered, and pushed the button that would change the course of countless contestants' lives. The big red chair is iconic, not just because it swivels with dramatic flair, but because it represents the entire concept of The Voice listening with intent and making decisions based solely on a person's voice. For Shelton, the chair has been a literal seat of power, one from which he's carefully picked his team, launched careers, and built relationships. It's a symbol of everything he has done on the show, and taking it home could serve as the perfect way to commemorate his journey. But beyond the obvious allure of the red chair, there's something else Blake might desire: the button. That magical button is more than just a piece of hardware, it's the trigger that sets everything in motion. It's the literal device that Shelton and other coaches use to signal, "I'm in," on a blind audition. That single push has been the start of many artists' dreams, and for Shelton, pushing that button time and time again led to some of the most significant moments of his life on The Voice. Taking that button could be a sentimental way of remembering all the times he trusted his gut, made a bold move, or took a chance on a contestant that others overlooked. The button, small yet mighty, represents the heart of what The Voice is all about. Still, there's another possibility, a more personal one. Shelton's relationship with fellow coach and now wife Gwen Stefani has been one of the most significant storylines both on and off the show. Meeting Gwen on The Voice changed his life in ways that went beyond music. Their playful banter, their chemistry, and ultimately their romance unfolded right in front of the cameras. One might wonder if there's something from their time together on the set that Shelton would want as a memento. Maybe a framed picture of the two of them sitting in their red chairs, laughing during a break in filming. Or perhaps a more private keepsake, a note or token from one of their early interactions on the show. After all, The Voice gave Shelton more than just a platform for his professional life, it gave him love. Another object that might appeal to Blake is something connected to the contestants he mentored. Over the years, Shelton has coached 9 winners to victory, more than any other coach in the show's history. He's known for being fiercely competitive, but also for forming deep bonds with his team members. A piece of memorabilia connected to his time spent with these talented artists, maybe a guitar signed by all of his team members, or a montage of photos and memories from each season, could serve as a heartfelt reminder of the role he played in their lives. For Blake, the relationships with his contestants have always seemed to transcend the show. He often keeps in touch with them long after the cameras stop rolling. A memento that captures those relationships could hold a special place in his heart. No matter what Blake Shelton ultimately chooses, it's clear that his time on The Voice has been transformative. He's been more than just a coach, he's been a mentor, a friend, and a crucial part of the show's identity. Taking something from the set of The Voice isn't about holding on to the past, but celebrating the memories that have been made along the way. Whether it's the red chair, the button, or something more personal, whatever he takes with him will symbolize not only his contribution to the show, but also the profound impact it has had on him. And for fans of Blake, knowing he's taking a piece of The Voice with him will feel like the perfect closing note to a remarkable chapter. No matter what Blake Shelton ultimately chooses, it's clear that his time on The Voice has been transformative. He's been more than just a coach, he's been a mentor, a friend, and a crucial part of the show's identity. Taking something from the set of The Voice isn't about holding on to the past, but celebrating the memories that have been made along the way. Whether it's the red chair, the button, or something more personal, whatever he takes with him will symbolize not only his contribution to the show, but also the profound impact it has had on him. And for fans of Blake, knowing he's taking a piece of The Voice with him will feel like the perfect closing note to a remarkable chapter. No matter what Blake Shelton ultimately chooses, it's clear that his time on The Voice has been transformative. He's been more than just a coach, he's been a mentor, a friend, and a crucial part of the show's identity. Taking something from the set of The Voice isn't about holding on to the past, but celebrating the memories that have been made along the way. Whether it's the red chair, the button, or something more personal, whatever he takes with him will symbolize not only his contribution to,